Hello audience, welcome to my channel once again at Alan 787. That is my YouTube channel. So do well to subscribe, click likes, and also the notification button in order to be a part of this learning journey and many more. So I wish you the best in this zoological journey as we talk about dog pregnancy. So I call it Dog Pregnancy 101. Just a brief into the world of the reproductive process in dogs. So our focus is dogs' heat cycle and reproduction. All right, I hope you enjoy your time with me. Okay, so we move to the next slide as we make progress. So here we have my dog. My dog's name is Lisa. This is a mating process that went on a few days ago, precisely on the 3rd and the 5th of August 2024, because she was on heat. And whenever we observe the heat cycle, we need to crossbreed them so that they can reproduce their young. So this is a video clip of Lisa mating with a male dog or male stud called Maximus. The dog is called Max for short. All right, detail of this coming up later. Okay. All right, so focus is on dog heat cycle and reproduction. So the first question before us is, how often are female dogs in heat? And the answer or response to this is between every 5 to 11 months. For some dogs, they are on heat at the 6th month. And after 6 months, if they are not crossbred or if they don't mate, you have to wait another 5 to 6 months again from the end of the previous heat. So you need to take close observation or pay close attention to details whenever you notice signs of heat cycle. You're going to see that in the subsequent slide. So most dogs will have 2 heats per year, or an average of every 5 to 11 months. So if your dog perhaps happens to experience heat cycle between maybe 5 to 6 months at the beginning of the year, between the 5th or 6th month, the next heat might be towards the end of the year. So a dog can undergo 2 heat cycles, but there is a species that undergoes just 1 heat period throughout a year, and that species is called the Basenji and the Tibetan Mastiff, which typically only have 1 cycle a year. For such dogs, you need to make sure you don't miss their heat cycle and ensure you crossbreed them with the right stud. For male breeders or for male dog that crosses, we call them the male stud or just stud, STUD. Then for the female dog that is crossbred, she's called a stud mare, STUDMARE. All right, the most notable sign of a dog's heat cycle is bloody vaginal discharge. That is non-negotiable. You need to check if there are blood discharge from the vaginal area. So you need to look very closely. You can hold the dog and check for that sign. And it usually lasts between 14 and 21 days. So from the day of heat or the first day of the heat cycle, you need to carry out the count. You don't crossbreed or mate the very first day of heat cycle. You can crossbreed between the 9th day after the first day of notification of the heat cycle through vaginal discharges, and sometimes they experience some form of restlessness and some unnecessary barkings and attention seeking. So you can crossbreed from the 9th day to the 11th or 12th day. So that is their most fertile period where they can easily get fertilized for them to take in or become pregnant. So between 14 and 21 days, mating can be done from day 9, or in some cases, some people want to do day 12 to say 15. They are very, very viable stage for different dog breeding, but of course it varies with different species of dogs. So you just know the best mating time or the best crossbreeding time for your dog and work with that statistics. Now, what is the normal gestation period for a dog? Simply in science or in zoology or biology, The gestation period is the period between conception and delivery. So that point from where fertilization took place during mating and leading to the time the dog will deliver of a newborn, we call that the gestation period. So in dogs, it usually lasts for 63 days. And when you go by the normal calendar months, that's like say 2 months and a few days. It can be exactly 63 days in some dogs. Some might extend maybe by a few more days or a week, depending on the condition surrounding the pregnancy. So in a nutshell, pregnancy in dogs, also called the gestation period, like I explained earlier, normally ranges from 57 to 65 days with an average of 63 days. Average 63 days, or max says 65 if there's any form of delay. With a planned breeding, you should record the exact date of mating, like I said earlier, from the day 9 to the day 12. Very, very viable state. If there are two matings, because a dog needs to also cross breed twice. So like in the case of my dog, which I will show you later, I took Lisa to the stud to crossbreed on the 3rd of August when I noticed the heat. After 9 days from the first day of heat, it's mated from the 3rd of August. Then we skipped a day and I took it for another crossbreeding on the 5th of August. So we usually allow 1 day interval to allow the first mating to go fertilize the eggs that was released from the ovary for fertilization, and to also give her space to acclimatize or adjust after the first mating day so that there'll be proper result at the end. All right, so if there are two matings, note the dates and expect birth to occur between 63 and 65 days later. So for my dog, which mated on the 3rd and the 5th of August 2024, I should be expecting her to deliver around the first week of October. Yes, because August, September, October is a period of 63 to 65 days interval. So that's how we do the counting. All right, so the question arises, why do dogs get clogged when they are mating? So these are male and female dog. Of course, the male dog will have to mount the female dog, which is on it, in order to fertilize the female. All right, so we're going to see why dogs get stuck while mating. So in this picture, some dogs can mount directly from behind, like the previous picture. But in some cases, while they are mating, due to their bodily movement, the male genitalia gets stuck to the female genitalia and they position themselves in this way in this picture, as you can see here. Yes, I just cycled it. All right, so while they are in this position, of course, the male continues to ejaculate its spermatozoon or spermatozoa, as the case may be, to fertilize the female egg, ovum, or ova in plural form, as the case may be. This is the breed I actually crossbred recently. Now, this dog is called Kimola. Kimola is an outcome or a hybrid of a Lhasa Apso and an American Eskimo parent. So when American Eskimos cross with Lhasa Apso, they have this product which is called a Kimola, or you can say the hybrid of Lhasa Apso and American Eskimo. The parent breeds of Kimola actually is the Lhasa Apso and the American Eskimo. So if you look at their fur color, if you look at their eye color, the length of fur, their shape of hair, the tongue, and other, they tend to pass this down to their hybrid, which is the output of the reproduction or reproductive process. Having said that, I take it to the next slide. This is Maximus. Actually, when I get to make an inquiry about its suitability to cross my dog, Lisa to be precise. Max is also a breed or a hybrid of American Eskimo and Lhasa Apso. So you must look for dogs that are of the same species for the crossbreeding to be successful. Recall, species in any community or population in an ecosystem or habitat can mate and reproduce themselves, and that's because they have a lot of similarities or things in common, and they came from a common origin. When you crossbreed animals that are not of the same species, the process might end up in an abortion because there will be no proper fertilization. So in this case, I needed to look for a species that matches or that is compatible with my dog Lisa. So Maximus is actually a male dog. See Maximus in his residence, and the owner is one Miss Precious, who I got to meet recently for the crossbreeding exercise. All right, so that's Maximus playing around. His owner is a male dog or a stud, and it's actually a very nice breed. I like the fur color. It has a patch of brown on the white fur. It's a very active and smart dog, very much at alert any moment. Okay, so let's do the breeding part between Lisa and Maximus. Lisa is my dog. This is Lisa here. Lisa is the female dog. This is Lisa. Then this is Maximus. And they needed to mate in order to produce a hybrid. All right, so I expect to see a very nice looking puppy at the end of this gestation period. Hopefully everything turns out well. All right, so we'll continue from there. So just watch the crossbreeding section. This was the day one of the crossbreeding on the 3rd of August 2024, and the second breeding was done on the 5th with a skip of 1 day interval. All right, so they are mating and they are stopped as it is now. So we call them Kimolas. Kimolas are a hybrid of Lhasa Apso and American Eskimo, as established earlier. And of course, they are pet dogs and they are very active as well. They can serve as a means of security in the house because they bark at every slight movement or sound or noise just to keep you alert. We look at the pregnancy stage. It explained in just these 5 simple steps. The first 5 to 6 weeks, of course, the enlargement of mammary glands occur. The mammary glands is simply their breasts. Of course, the breasts have different teeth, and you have a pair of 5 breasts on the abdomen of the dog. Then the second stage is the last third, where the abdominal girth gets bigger. So the abdominal area begins to protrude because of the developmental process of the young ones. Then shortly before birth, temperature falls between 36.5 to 37 degrees centigrade or Celsius, and we need to maintain a stable temperature so that it doesn't cause any harm to the developmental process. Then the birth stage is when there are strong contractions. Of course, there will be dilations, and eventually the puppies will latch onto the teats and drink breast milk on delivery. So this picture is a picture of a French bulldog, just to give us an insight to the pregnancy or gestation period of dogs. So after delivery, the puppies need to go for their first breast milk, and here they go latching around the teats of the mammary gland of the female dog or the mother dog. So in a nutshell, in mammals generally, they possess a mammary gland, produces the milk or the breast milk, and the first breast milk is called colostrum, and the process through which this milk is formed is called lactation. So they lactate to produce their milk so that they can feed their young ones, and this milk is very rich in nutrients, most especially proteins for body and tissue building. So in a long run, the dogs get a feel of their mother's breast milk and they are happy for it. So at the end of this segment, I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and it has been a very wonderful learning journey or zoological journey across the world of dogs' heat cycle and gestation period. Do well to click the subscribe button, the notification buttons, and do well to share with friends as well if you enjoyed this video for more of this subsequently. Have a great time. Bye for now from Zoologist Alan. See you.